Hey guys, it's Kitty Duke here. I'm here with two deck profiles. One being my Aki-senpai's plant deck, which has been rebuilt a bit. Some of those are her Amazonas cards. Um, it's been rebuilt, redesigned. The other is being my Fortune Lady build, which I'm going to be using at a Christmas tournament this weekend. Literally on Christmas Day. Here in my local area, and I'll show you guys my Aki-senpai's first, then I'll show you mine. Okay, to get this out of the way, here we go. First, running 3 copies of a copy plant. Since Formula Synchron's out now, this is actually easier to get it out with others, just using the plant tokens that are in this deck. Next, 3 Horsey Tail. These guys are good, especially for clogging up the opponent's side of the field. Also running 2 Dandelions, finally. We're going to probably switch one of the other cards that's in this deck. I'll show it later. We're going to switch it for the second Lone Fire once we can get our hands on one. So yeah, that's 2 Dandies as well. 2 Nutria Rose Whips. These are good because they basically can cause your opponent to only play 1 spell or trap card per turn. Which means if they Mirror Force, they can't play anything else that turn. If these guys, are still on the field. Or even during their turn, if this was summoned out, they play Pot of Duality. That's it. They've got no more magic cards to play. Or spells. Spells or traps at all to play that turn. This can actually stop Blackwings if this was stronger than 400 attack and 1700 defense. 1 Lone Fire currently. I'm hoping to take out a Titanial for it, for the second one. Next is the Nutria Cosmo Beat. This guy is actually pretty good considering you can just special summon it if your opponent summons. Summons or sets on their turn, this guy can be special summoned. So, he's really good, especially if you need an extra blocker. Next is the Searchers of the deck, which is 2 Botanical Girls. We were running 3 of these. I was trying to get her down to 2, and I finally have. Next is Imeto. We don't really use it for much other than the fact that it's 1400. The effect, we try to use it, but usually it's never out on the field at the time we need it, so yeah. Next, running 2 Botanical Lions. These are just like the old Tiger from Amazonas, where it gains for every, that gains for every Amazonas, this gains for every plant. So it gains on its own for itself. And it's at 19 right away. Or 18. Yeah, 19, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of something else. She's also running 1 Gravirose. This is mainly so we can dump Dandelion or dump other things for Miracle Fertilizer for later, for fertilizer later, or even for Black Rose Dragon's effect. Then last monster is 2 Titanials. Like I said, I'm going to probably try to take out 1 for a Lone Fire. 2 is a little much, but since these are the only tribute monsters in the whole deck, it's not too hard to sacrifice for them. Okay, the next will be the spells, which we're running 3 Black Gardens. These are mainly to slow down the opponents, as well as these are good to help against Necro Valley decks, because they play Necro Valley, you play Black Garden, so on and so forth. It keeps going back and forth until the last person plays theirs. Mark of the Rose. Gravirose also helps with this, so, just play it, dump one. Now you got fuel for activating this. This is also good to still grab for a synchroing. Okay, next is the 2 miracle fertilizers. We took out the Monster Reborns for these instead, because we had to make room for other cards, which these were, part of that. The only spell trap destruction we got, which is magic-wise, is Mystical Space. Next we have 3 World Trees, which I'm going to probably take out 1 for probably a Monster Reborn, but if there were times we had all 3 of these out on the field, and being able to activate each one's effect one by one is very useful, especially since this is full plant. Traps wise, we got Dust Tornado, 3 plant food chains, which these come in handy for just getting extra fuel, extra monsters and everything else, especially and 500 point attack boost is not a bad thing. 2 Pollinosis, basically just the plant's version of Solemns, in a sense. But yeah, we only run 2 because we can't fit in a third. We're trying to keep this at 40 because it runs smooth at 40. Any more than that, it's always been bad for us. Next is Wall of Thorns. Since this is a high plant-based deck, this basically gives us 2 Mirror Forces, and we're gonna try and fit in another Mirror Force, but come to find out, Mirror Force was even more hard to pull out. These were easier because there was 2 of them. Okay, yeah, that's her plant deck. Her other decks really haven't changed much, so yeah. Crud. I know there's something else I want to tell you guys, but never mind on whatever it was. It must not have been that important. Alright, next is going to be my Fortune Ladies themselves, so we'll see you in that vid.